I want my protein, I want my taste, and I'm gonna eat what I want. Animal lover, you're a hypocrite. Your morality. Okay. Let's debate. Okay. पेले जाओगे तुम? देखते हैं कौन पेला जाएगा. First, I'll give a snapshot of what I think. You give a snapshot of what you think, and then we'll argue. Fine by me.
Weighing 165 pounds, Game Media!
We kill 77 billion land animals and more than 3 trillion sea animals every year for their meat. Taste, habit, convenience, and tradition. Are these 4 reasons good enough for us to take someone else's life? These animals are artificially grown, kept in chains and cages all their lives. Their natural behavior is suppressed. They suffer every moment of their life. Finally, they are stabbed in the throat, and after a few moments of mutilation and draining of blood, the dead body is ready to be served on our platter. The taste is going to stick for a few moments in our mouth before we forget the entire meal, and the poor animal who we never gave a shit about has achieved his destiny. We are conditioned to believe that we need meat for protein, we need calcium for milk, and we are superior to animals. Dogs and cats have feelings, and chickens, goats, and fishes don't. These are all lies, my friend. Our ignorance for taste is devastating the environment, making new viruses, and it may even gift us with heart diseases, diabetes, obesity. We had to eat animal once for survival, but not anymore. Plant products can fulfill all our requirements. We can even get plant-based meats. We all love dogs. Why can't we show the same love and compassion to other animals? It is time, man, that we open our eyes and rise above our hypocrisy. Humans are omnivores. We always ate meat. It is a part of natural human behavior. It is a part of the food chain. Smaller animals become food for bigger animals. Animal flesh is super rich in protein, in vitamin B12, and so many other nutrients that you cannot get from plants. Plant foods have poor nutritional value, and as far as pain is concerned, it is now established that even plants can feel pain. If we can't see their pain, doesn't mean they can't feel them, right? I agree, processed meats can be unhealthy, so why eat processed meats? Eat fresh red meat and healthy white chickens.
Above all, we have freedom of choice. We are not asking you guys to eat non-veg. Then why are you guys forcing your choices over us?
Humans eating animals is the part of the food chain. It is the design of nature, circle of life. जानवरों को खा के हम उनकी population को limit में रखते हैं. If we don't eat them, the whole ecology is gonna be disturbed. Really, man? Are we eating animals from the jungle? No, we are not, right? हम selectively उन्हें breed कर रहे हैं. हम genetically उन्हें modify कर रहे हैं. We fatten them up with antibodies. We forcibly impregnate them. We take their babies away from them. We mutilate them. We force them into trucks and trailers and eventually cut their throats. हम जानवरों को ज़बरदस्ती पैदा कर रहे हैं farms में so we can eat their flesh. So, an animal had to take birth, live a miserable life, and then had to die so that you can enjoy a few seconds of your kadai chicken or beef fry of pork chops. This is not a food chain, man. This could have been a food chain if we were living like apes in the caves, but we are not. Yes, there is a circle of life, but you are creating an extra circle of life. It was not naturally meant to be. But animals are being eaten by lions and other predators. बड़ी मछलियाँ छोटी मछलियों को खा रही हैं. So when other animals are killing and eating smaller animals, why can't we? इंसान भी शिकारी है. Maybe this is the natural way of life, killing and eating. Some animals are obligate carnivores like lions and Bengal tigers. They have to kill and eat to survive. Their brain is not as developed as ours. They do not have a moral agency that we have. They do not have compassion and love that we have. Animals also rape, murder, do all kinds of bad things. So by your logic, अगर animals rape और murder कर सकते हैं तो इंसान क्यों नहीं कर सकते? Maybe it is the natural way of life. But it is not. We have morals. Why are you comparing today's Homo sapiens with animals? What animals do, we don't have to do it. Why do you have to base your morality on an animal and draw that comparison? और जहाँ तक शिकारी होने की बात है, humans are no more predators, man. If you pass by a slaughterhouse या किसी कसाई की दुकान के आगे से ही गुजर रहे हो, You're going to block your nose, you're going to turn your face away. You can't even look at it. Forget about pounding on that animal and killing it. I'm telling you, majority of the meat eaters cannot see a goat getting her throat slit and suffering on the ground. Even if तुम्हारी habit भी बन गई होगी ना, तब भी कतराओगे, थोड़ी बहुत घिन तो आएगी ही. But if you were a natural predator, this sight should have been your jam, man. लोग जानवर को कटता हुआ नहीं देख सकते, लेकिन जब उसी जानवर का मीट प्लेट पे आएगा तो बड़े खुश हो जाएंगे. हाँ, बट दिस इज बिकॉज बचपन से ये लोगों ने नहीं देखा है. बट दिस इज अ नॉर्मल साइट फॉर बुचर एंड हिज किड्स एज वेल. स्टिल आई थिंक अगर हर कोई नॉन वेजिटेरियन एक बार इनको तड़पता हुआ देख लेना, तो अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल विल लीव नॉन वेज just like that. But ज़्यादातर लोगों को फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है because they are so addicted to taste. A fleeting moment of taste trumps all the suffering of the animal. You tell me, do you love dogs and cats, or are you an animal lover, or in general are you against animal cruelty? Yes, I love dogs and all animals in general, and of course I am against animal cruelty. You know, in animal farms, animals are kept in miserable condition. They can't even move, they are so packed. So many chickens live with their bones cracked. Cows and buffaloes are kept pregnant for life. अगर उनके बच्चे हो गए जो मेल हैं, they are taken away from them and slaughtered. All animals who are meant for animal products production, they suffer and suffer. Just look at this video. The NGO Animal Equality conducted several investigations on the conditions of animals in egg farms, chicken farms and dairy farms in India. They found that 4 to 8 hens are kept confined in a single cage stacked on one top of another, so feces and urine fall on the birds in the lower cages. Many birds live with skin irritations, loss of feathers, probably because of ammonia from feces and urine. Try imagining yourself there. In the chicken industry, they are given with antibiotics to unnaturally fatten them up. Many of them can't even walk with this extra weight. Many develop heart and respiratory diseases. And in dairy, this is how cows and buffaloes are dealt with after we have fully used them for their milk. So is this animal cruelty to you? I agree, this is cruel, but then there are farms where animals are treated more humanely as well. And I think government should make laws for more humane treatment of animals, and they should be killed in a way which causes least pain. I think in Netherlands they have already done it and other European countries are catching up. I agree this is much better, but ultimately they will be slaughtered one day. किसी ना किसी दिन तो उनका गला काटा ही जाएगा, तब तो तड़पेंगे ही वो. भाई तड़प तो plants भी रहे हैं. You know, new studies have come up which have shown that plants also can feel pain. If you can't perceive anything, that does not mean it is not happening, right? Even some plants shout when they are killed. We can't hear them because of our limited audible frequency range, right? Are you being serious? Zakir Naik की वीडियो देख के आया क्या? This is the biggest and most absurd lie जो आजकल non-vegetarian circles में फैलाया जा रहा है. Plants feeling pain or feeling anything is impossible. You need to have a brain, a nervous system, and receptor organs in order to feel pain or in order to feel anything. और plants के पास इनमें से कुछ भी नहीं है. लोगों को ना यहाँ पर गुमराह किया जा रहा है. Do not confuse trophism with feelings. Plants are sensitive towards external stimulus. You must have studied that plants can bend towards light. Similarly, अलग-अलग plants, chemicals, mechanical stimuli, water, इन सब से कुछ ना कुछ reaction दिखा सकते हैं. But that is not the same thing as feeling anything unless you are imagining things. Sensitivity and sentience are two different things. You're from a science background. I didn't expect this from you, man. Whatever, but we have a digestive system. We have teeth, canines, which help us digest meat. Plus, do you know it was meat that helped in the evolution of human brain because of all the extra energy that was needed? Otherwise, we would have been like chimpanzees, right? I never said humans biologically cannot eat meat. Of course we can, but that does not mean we should. Early humans were close to animals once. They were literally living in jungles and there was no way to survive but to eat meat and whatever things that they could gather. Even today, I support eating meat if you need it necessarily in order to survive. Yes, our brains developed because meat gave us extra energy that was needed, because there were no other sources of energy that could have fulfilled that requirement, but today we have thousands of them. And if meat was so natural, then why animal agriculture is devastating the environment in multiple ways? Do you know? Yeah, I watched your video on meat and environment and you said to minimize meat It was okay, but now you want me to leave meat altogether? I don't know if I'm ready to do that. I said that from an isolated environment point of view, and now we are talking about ethics. और वो जो canines वाला point था, there are also other herbivore animals which have canines. उसके अलावा the intestines and jaws of humans are similar to herbivore animals. तुम कुछ पॉइंट निकाल लोगे, मैं कुछ पॉइंट निकाल लूंगा, but that is not the point here. Just because you can does not mean you should. You can do a whole lot of immoral things. You can murder, you can rape, you can steal, you can masturbate in the public. Would you do it? I guess not. What about culture? Meat is a part of cultural identity. Christians celebrate Thanksgiving with turkey. Muslims celebrate Bakrid with animal sacrifices. And Hindus even do so many animal sacrifices and so many festivals. Cultures are man-made, man, and they change all the time. Slavery, human sacrifice, cannibalism, torture, and India's sati, they were all once a part of culture. But it was all immoral and has been dumped. You know that dog festival in China where they kill lakhs of dogs? That is a part of their culture. But why does it become immoral for meat eaters around the world? We must stop supporting immorality in the disguise of culture. प्लस भाई मेरे को अपनी बॉडी शेप में चाहिए, स्ट्रेंथ कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होनी चाहिए. आई गो टू जिम रेगुलरली, आई नीड अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोटीन. आई डोंट थिंक माई बॉडी कैन गेट द नरिशमेंट दैट इट रिक्वायर्स इफ आई डोंट ईट मीट. यू नो वी हैव बीन प्रोग्राम्ड टू बिलीव दैट वी कैन नॉट हैव इनफ प्रोटीन फ्रॉम प्लांट बेस्ड फूड्स. इंडिया के अंदर मोस्ट ऑफ द जिम इंस्ट्रक्टर्स विल टेल यू बॉइल्ड एग खा, बॉइल्ड चिकन खा, एल्स प्रोटीन नहीं मिलेगा. I guess you didn't watch my last video properly. I said meat is a convenient source of protein and vitamin B12 and not the only source. You can get all these nutrients from plant-based products. American Dietetic Association has categorically stated that vegan food is safe, nutritious, and can provide all the necessary nutrition in all stages of life, including infancy and pregnancy. And a lot of whole other dietetic associations around the world support it. Just look at the body of all these guys, These guys are vegan, man. Virat Kohli को vegan हुए हुए 1.5 साल हो गया यार. And look at his fitness. Of course you can get protein from plant-based foods. How many times do I have to repeat it? And as far as vitamin B12 is concerned, there are enough fortified options available right now. And you can also get it from various plant milks. And yes, there is a problem of their availability, but as veganism grows exponentially, so these plant milks will be very easily available in the normal markets in the future. So are all these vegan alternatives fortified foods available in India? Just look around you. Pulses to millets to grains to veggies. India has all of it, man. और abundance में है और सस्ता है. Some of the high protein alternatives जैसे कि tofu, soy milk, all these things are less available, especially in the non-metro cities. You will have to make a little extra effort if you want to get them. But as I said, this movement is growing very rapidly. So in the next few years, you will get tofu as easily as you get paneer. One more thing, in agriculture, in plant agriculture, animals are harmed as well. You know, they kill monkeys and rats to protect their crops. If more people will turn vegan, more animals will die. What about that? Just say you are driving and accidentally you run over a dog. This is not the same as you intentionally run over a dog. Vermin animals वो animals होते हैं जिनकी संख्या बढ़ती चली जा रही है और वो किसी न किसी तरीके से humans को नुकसान पहुंचा रहे हैं. ये rats, monkeys, ये सब वही animals हैं, तो administrative decisions could help managing all these problems. So we can find administrative solutions in order to manage all these problems. ये कोई इतनी बड़ी problem नहीं है. A big source for protein in a vegan diet is soy, and you know, I think that soy cultivation is devastating the environment. More vegans means more soy cultivation, so won't that be disastrous for the environment? I know that, but I don't think that you know that 80% of this soy produced in the world is fed to farm animals only. So instead, अगर vegans की संख्या बढ़ती है, तो soy cultivation उल्टा कम हो जाएगा. So should we finish it here or you have some arguments left? Then what about being vegetarian? If we go by morality, even cows and buffaloes are kept pregnant for life, and when they start giving less milk, they are slaughtered to death. Then we should stop drinking milk as well, right? Production of milk is equally cruel. I have already mentioned this before, that calves are taken away from their mothers right after their birth and then mostly slaughtered. In India, we mostly keep these calves alive so that it boosts the milk production of the mother, but we snatch him away as soon as he starts sucking the milk in most of the places. Cows and buffaloes are kept pregnant throughout their lives with artificial or forced insemination. This is rape and obviously immoral. Though in India, still in various villages, cows and buffaloes are kept with much love compared to the factory farms around the world. I know of people who feed the calves well and use rest of the milk, and they don't even sell if they have extra. But then you won't be finding many people like them, of course. The only acceptable way here is that if cows naturally get pregnant, you can use the milk, whatever is left after feeding the calves. Obviously, this model is not going to be economically sustainable as a business today. Okay, so this is not an argument, just curiosity. So, can we eat insects according to you? Not that I want to eat them, but just asking. Insects have a very small and economical nervous system. They lack emotion, memory, and cognition. So it is very unlikely that they feel pain, but still scientists do not have a clear understanding of their nervous system, and I think that all animals deserve respect, so we shouldn't be eating them either. And as far as killing mosquitoes and all is concerned, whoever is a threat, of course you have to kill it. So according to you, there should be no animal products, no dairy products, no nothing. So how is this gonna be possible in India? Huh? Even I ask myself this question. But yes, if everyone can see the suffering of animals, we can at least minimize it, if not totally stop it. Currently in India, if you are muscle conscious, it is going to be a little tough to go full vegan, because a lot of high protein vegan alternatives like quinoa, tofu, soy milk, nutritional yeast, all these things are not that easily available. Plus, they are very expensive. But I think in a couple of years, this will not be an issue. So until then, you can minimize dairy as much as you can. Jitna bhi ho sake, utna kam kar lo. Probably my last question and the very important one. Animal products are a $1 billion industry. It contributes 4% in India's GDP, that is roughly 11,000 crores. So how do you explain the economic fallout of going vegan? One very basic point is the entire human population is not going to go vegan overnight. People also argue, what will you do with billions of animals in farms right now if everyone goes vegan? It is so tough to even influence one person because people are so stubborn about their food choices. For a moment of fleeting taste, they do not mind the torture of animals. Even after you explain all of this to them, how on earth can you turn everyone vegan? My best guess is in a decade or two, probably 1/3 of the human population could go vegan, and economies shift across products all the time, man. If the milk and meat market will come down, so the market of the vegan products is going to go up and everything is going to eventually balance itself. So since this was your last question, let's wrap it up. So guys, since this was his last question, wrapping this debate up, there is a difference between enslavement and freedom, torture and peace, life and death, and to throw that all away just because you want to have a taste, it pains me. You are the jury for this debate, and I hope that you found some sense in what I talked about, and hopefully you will reduce your meat and dairy consumption as much as you can. Be compassionate, be human, eat healthy and eat tasty, but not at the cost of a living animal. Do not derive pleasure from animal suffering directly or indirectly. With this video, now I have covered the environment, health, disease, and moral argument against animal products. Watch the last 3 videos here if you haven't. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and share. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. So, can I expect you will reduce your meat now? Maybe. I'll watch this video again and make up my mind.